The biggest lever on your credit score is not paying bills on time. That matters hugely, but it is not what moves the needle most. You have heard it 1,000 times. Pay on time and your score climbs. It is true, and it is also the wrong place to look first. The lever that actually moves most scores fastest is something called credit utilization, and almost nobody optimizes it on purpose. Your score comes from a handful of weighted buckets. The public FICO breakdown is our map, and we will rank what you can actually pull. This is financial education, not advice. No number here is a promise, and we will never tell you a fix will add a set amount of points. We are ranking the levers by how much they can realistically move your number, from the smallest nudge up to the biggest, most controllable one. Here's the twist. The largest FICO bucket is payment history, yet it ranks lower on our list because most people already have it handled. Utilization is different. It updates every single month. You control it directly, and it can swing a score up or down surprisingly fast. If your score is not where you want it, this is not a lecture. It is a map, and none of this makes you bad with money. We count down from number 10, the smallest realistic mover, up to number 1. The utilization detail almost nobody realizes is even there. And number 1 is not paying on time. Hold that thought, because it quietly reframes every lever below it. Today's flight plan: 10 levers, the real FICO weights, the common myth on each, and a fix. Buckle in. Wheels up on number 10. Number 10, rate shopping windows. When you shop for a mortgage, auto, or student loan, several lenders check your credit in a short span. Each of those checks is a hard inquiry. The fear is that shopping around for the best rate will quietly punish your score for it. But the scoring models are built for this. Similar loan inquiries inside a short shopping window are commonly counted as a single inquiry. The commonly cited window ranges from about 2 weeks to 45 days, depending on the model. Cluster your shopping, and the pile counts as one. The myth is that comparing 5 lenders wrecks your credit 5 times over. For rate shopping the same loan, that is generally not how it works. So how much does this move the needle? Honestly, very little, which is exactly why it sits at number 10. It is protection, not propulsion. The fix is simple. If you are shopping a big loan, do your comparisons inside a tight window rather than spread across several months. This deduct grace usually applies to mortgages, auto loans, and similar rate shopping. It does not blanket every kind of new credit you might open. All of this lives inside the new credit bucket, commonly cited at around 10% of a FICO score. Small slice, small mover. Even if a shopping inquiry does ding you, the effect is typically minor and fades within months. This is not the thing to lose sleep over. It matters most right before a major loan. Bunch your applications, and you protect the very score the lender is about to read. So if you have been terrified to compare rates, breathe. Comparing carefully inside a window is closer to smart than to reckless. Number 10 is a shield, not a lever you pull to climb. Let us step up one rung to number 9. Number 9, hard inquiries themselves. Every time you formally apply for new credit, a hard pull lands on your report. A single hard inquiry commonly shaves only a few points, if any, and the effect is usually small and short-lived for most people. Hard inquiries commonly stay on your report for about 2 years, but they typically stop affecting your FICO score after around 12 months. Here is the myth worth killing. Checking your own credit score does not hurt it. That is a soft inquiry, and soft pulls are invisible to your score. Same with most pre-approval peaks and many background checks. Only a real application for new credit triggers the hard pull that counts. The real risk is not one inquiry. It is a cluster of unrelated applications in a short time, which can look like sudden financial stress. Scoring models notice when someone suddenly opens many new lines at once. Several new accounts fast can read as higher risk, so the score dips. The fix is spacing. Space out applications for genuinely new credit, and avoid opening several unrelated accounts right before a big financial moment. Remember, new credit blends inquiries and brand new accounts together. A fresh account also lowers your average age, which we will get to soon. How much does a loan inquiry move things? Usually not much, and it heals on its own. That is why it ranks near the bottom. So no, one new card application is not a catastrophe. The panic around inquiries is almost always bigger than the actual point effect. This matters most if you are about to apply for a mortgage. In that window, every avoidable hard pull is worth simply postponing. Number 9 is minor and self-healing. Now we move off inquiries entirely into something people deeply misunderstand. Number 8. Number 8, credit mix. This is the variety of credit types you carry, like revolving cards alongside installment loans. Credit mix is commonly cited at around 10% of a FICO score. Meaningful, but clearly a minor supporting factor, not a headline driver. Revolving credit means things like cards, where the balance moves. Installment credit means fixed loans you pay down, like an auto or student loan. Scoring models tend to reward people who handle both types responsibly, because it shows you can manage different kinds of borrowing over time. Now the dangerous myth. You do not need to take on a loan you do not want just to improve your credit mix. Please do not do that. Borrowing money you do not need and paying interest on it to chase a 10% factor is almost always a bad trade for your wallet. For most people, credit mix improves naturally over the years as life happens. A card here, a car loan there, and the variety builds itself. On its own, mix moves the needle only a little. It tends to matter at the margins, once the bigger factors are already in good shape. It can help a thin file, where someone has very few accounts. Adding a different responsibly managed type can round out an otherwise sparse history. So the fix is patience, not action. Let mix develop as your real financial life unfolds, rather than manufacturing debt to game a small slice. If your file is thin right now, that is normal, especially early on. Thin is not bad. It simply means the story is still being written. Think of mix as a bonus point, not a strategy. Never let a 10% factor talk you into interest you did not need to pay. Number 8 is real but minor, and a classic trap. Now we reach the levers about time itself. Number 7. Number 7. Closing old credit cards. This one surprises people, because the instinct to tidy up your finances can quietly backfire. Closing an old card can hit your score two ways at once. It can shorten your average account age, and it can shrink your total available credit. Length of credit history is commonly cited at around 15% of a FICO score. Your oldest and average account ages both feed into it. The second hit is sneaky. Closing a card removes its limit from your total available credit, which can push your overall utilization higher instantly. And utilization, as you will see at the very top, is a heavyweight. So closing a card can indirectly move a much bigger lever the wrong way. The myth is that you should close cards you no longer use to clean things up or to look more responsible. Often, the opposite is true. There are fair reasons to close a card, like a steep annual fee or a temptation to overspend. Your budget and peace of mind matter more than points. A commonly cited approach is to keep old, no-fee cards open and lightly active, so their age and their limit keep quietly working for you. Lightly active can mean a tiny recurring charge that you pay off automatically, just enough to keep the account from going dormant and being closed for you. How much does this move things? Modestly on its own, but the hidden utilization effect can make it feel much larger than 15% suggests. If you already closed an old card, do not panic. Average age recovers over time, and utilization can be repaired quickly, which we will cover soon. This matters most for anyone about to apply for something big. Keep your oldest accounts breathing, and you keep your history and your limits intact. Number 7 is about not sabotaging your own timeline. Now the timeline itself, the lever you cannot rush. Number 6. Number 6, the age of your credit history. This is the slow lever, the one that rewards patience more than any clever move ever could. Length of history is commonly cited near 15%. Models look at your oldest account, your newest, and the average age across everything you hold. A longer track record gives lenders more evidence of how you behave over time. More history usually reads as more predictable, and predictable feels safer. The myth is that you can rapidly build credit age with some trick. You cannot. Time is the one ingredient no shortcut can manufacture for you. There is a subtle trap here. Opening several new accounts at once drags your average age down, even while your oldest account keeps aging normally. That is why rapid-fire applications can sting twice, through new credit and through a younger average age. Slow and steady protects this quietly. A commonly cited option for thin files is being added as an authorized user on a long-standing, well-managed account, which can lend some of its age. But that only helps if the underlying account stays in great shape, and it depends on the scoring model. Treat it as a maybe, never a guarantee. The real fix is boring and powerful. Start early if you can, keep your oldest accounts alive, and let the calendar do the heavy lifting for you. On any given month, age barely moves. Over years, it becomes a quiet foundation that steadies your entire score without you doing a thing. If you are young or new to credit, this is simply not your lever yet, and that is fine. Your file gets stronger every single month you continue. So do not chase age. Protect it. The oldest card in your wallet may be doing more silent good than any new one you could open today. Number 6, you win by waiting. Now we cross into the levers that can genuinely damage a score, starting with the heavy ones. Number 5. Number 5, derogatory marks. These are the serious negatives, like collections, charge-offs, and severe late payments, and they carry real weight. A derogatory mark means an account went badly wrong. A payment slipped far past due, a debt went to collections, or a balance was written off entirely. These can move a score substantially, and not gently. A single major derogatory can pull a strong score down hard, sometimes by a lot. But severity and recency matter enormously. A one-time payment that was 30 days late is a very different animal from a full charge-off or bankruptcy. Fresh marks hurt the most. As a derogatory ages and you stack on-time behavior around it, its grip on your score commonly loosens over time. Most negative marks commonly stay on a report for around 7 years. Certain bankruptcies can linger up to about 10. Then they age off entirely. Here is a costly myth. Paying off a collection does not always instantly erase its effect, because on older scoring models the mark can remain visible. Newer scoring models tend to treat paid collections more kindly, and some ignore them once paid. But you do not always control which model a lender uses. So what actually helps? Time, plus a steady stream of on-time payments afterward. You cannot delete the past, but you can outweigh it going forward. One concrete step: check your reports for genuine errors. If a derogatory mark is inaccurate, you have the right to dispute it and have it investigated. And please hear this. A derogatory mark does not make you a failure. Job loss, medical bills, and hard seasons happen to careful, responsible people constantly. Credit is designed to recover. The system expects setbacks and builds in healing. Your worst month is not a permanent sentence on your financial life. If you are rebuilding right now, this lever is your patience game. Every on-time month you add is quietly diluting the weight of the old one. Number 5 can hurt the most in a single blow, but the flip side of it is the biggest bucket of all. Number 4. Number 4, your on-time payment history. And yes, this is the largest single FICO bucket, commonly cited at around 35%. So why does the biggest bucket rank only 4th on a list of what actually moves your score? Stay with me, because the answer is the whole point. Because for most people, this bucket is already close to maxed. If you generally pay on time, you are already collecting nearly all of these points. Payment history is less a lever you pull to climb and more the foundation that holds everything up. It protects your score far more than it lifts it. And it is deeply asymmetric. 30 perfect months barely nudge you upward, but one badly missed payment can pull you down quickly and painfully. What counts is simple: making at least the minimum payment by the due date on every account, every cycle, so nothing ever gets reported as late. The myth is that paying on time will steadily raise your score over time. Mostly, it maintains it. The real gift is what it prevents, not what it adds. A key detail: a payment usually is not reported late until it is around 30 days past due. Being a few days late is not the same as a reported late mark. The fix is boring and bulletproof. Automate at least the minimum payment on every account, so a busy week can never quietly become a late mark. Auto-pay the minimum as a safety net, then pay more on top manually. That way a forgotten due date never turns into a scar on your report. So how much does it move the needle? For someone already paying on time, almost nothing more to gain. For someone rebuilding, it is everything. If you have missed payments, you are not careless. Life is genuinely chaotic. Systems, not shame, are what quietly fix this, one automated payment at a time. Think of on-time payments as the price of admission. They keep you in the game, but they are rarely the lever that launches your number higher. Number 4 is your foundation, huge, but usually already handled. Now we enter the amounts you owe, where the real movement begins. Number 3, your total amounts owed. We are now inside the second largest bucket, commonly cited at around 30% of your score. This bucket is bigger than credit mix, age, and inquiries combined, and most of it comes down to one theme: how much you currently owe. Utilization gets the headlines, and we will crown it soon. But raw debt matters too, including how many of your accounts are carrying a balance at all. One commonly cited factor is how many accounts show a balance. Carrying a little debt across many cards can look worse than the same debt on fewer. The myth is that spreading debt thinly across several cards hides it. Scoring models see the whole picture, and many balances at once can read as strain. It also watches how much of your original installment loans you still owe. Paying a loan down toward the finish line can gently help this factor. How much does raw debt move things? Meaningfully, because it sits in a 30% bucket, but the ratio levers above it move even more and faster. The fix is the least glamorous advice in finance. Pay down actual debt, and where sensible, reduce how many accounts are carrying a balance at once. A commonly cited approach is to focus payoff on the accounts that most improve your ratios, while still never missing a minimum anywhere else. The encouraging part: unlike age, this responds quickly. Balances update roughly monthly, so paying debt down can show up in a relatively short time. If you are carrying balances, you are in enormous company. This is not a character flaw. It is a number, and numbers can be steadily changed. So treat total debt as a dial you can actually turn. Every balance you cleared does double duty, easing both your budget and this heavyweight bucket. Number 3 is raw debt, real and responsive. Now the two levers almost nobody optimizes, both hiding in that same bucket. Number 2, your overall credit utilization. This may be the most powerful lever the average person can actually control from month to month. Utilization is the share of your available revolving credit you are currently using. Add up your card balances, divide by your total limits, and there it is. It lives inside that 30% amounts owed bucket, and it is widely considered one of the single most influential parts of the whole score. Here is why it is a heavyweight. High utilization suggests you may be leaning hard on credit, which reads as risk, even if you pay in full every month. That is the part that stuns people. You can pay in full, owe zero interest, and still show high utilization if the balance was large when reported. Commonly cited guidance suggests keeping overall utilization on the lower side, often under about 30%, with lower frequently viewed as better still. But there is no official magic cutoff. FICO does not publish one. Treat 30% as a rough rule of thumb, not a hard line in the sand. The big myth is that you must carry a balance and pay interest to build credit. You do not. Carrying interest helps the lender, not your score. The beautiful part is speed. Because balances typically update every month, a big drop in utilization can reflect in your score relatively quickly. The fix is to lower the ratio. Pay balances down, and avoid letting large balances sit reported against your limits when you do not have to. Another commonly cited lever is a higher total limit, which lowers utilization even at the same balance, but only if it does not tempt you to spend more. That one carries a warning. A higher limit that quietly leads to a higher balance defeats the entire purpose and can leave you worse off than before. So how much does overall utilization move things? A lot, and fast, which is exactly why it earns the number 2 spot on this whole list. If your utilization is high right now, that is often just how a tight month looks. It is one of the most fixable numbers on your entire report. Number 2 is your overall ratio, huge and fast. But there is one layer above it that almost nobody knows exists. Number 1. Number 1 is not paying on time. It is the utilization detail hiding one level deeper, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Number 1 has 2 quiet parts: per card utilization and the timing of when your balance gets reported. Together, They are the lever almost nobody optimizes. First, per card utilization. Models watch each individual card, not just your overall ratio. One maxed card can weigh on you even when the total looks fine. The myth is that only the total matters. So people run one card to the limit while others sit empty, thinking the average keeps them safe. It often does not. A single card near its limit can read a strain on that account, and commonly cited guidance suggests no individual card should be running too hot on its own. The fix is to spread usage or pay down the hottest card first, so no single account is sitting near its limit when the balance gets reported. Now the part that stuns almost everyone. Your card reports a balance to the bureaus on one specific day each month, usually not your due date. It is generally your statement closing date. Whatever balance is sitting there on that day is often the number that gets reported as your utilization. So you can pay in full, on time, every month, and still show high utilization, simply because your balance was large on the day the statement closed. Understanding this, some people pay part of the balance down before the statement closing date, so a smaller number is what gets reported that cycle. This is not a trick or a hack. It is simply understanding how the reporting calendar works and lining your real payments up with it. Combine the two. Keep no single card too hot, and pay balances down before the statement cuts, and your reported utilization can look far healthier. This ranks first because it is high impact, fast-moving, and almost invisible. Most people never learn their statement date even exists, so they never touch it. It will not fix a thin file or erase a derogatory mark. But for the everyday score, it is arguably the most overlooked lever you actually control. If nobody ever told you this, that is not on you. The reporting calendar is genuinely obscure, and almost no one explains where these numbers really come from. And it responds fast. Because utilization updates monthly, a single well-timed cycle can start reflecting sooner than most of the slower levers ever could. That is number 1, per card discipline plus statement timing, the quiet lever nobody films. Now let us zoom out and read the whole board together. Altitude check. Step back, and the pattern is clear. The biggest levers were not the loudest ones. They were the amounts you owe, updating every single month. The largest FICO bucket is payment history, near 35%. But because most people already pay on time, it protects your score more than it moves it. The real movement lived in amounts owed, near 30%. Overall utilization and the per card, statement timing layer are the levers you can actually pull fast. Age and mix barely move month to month. Inquiries and rate shopping windows are minor. They matter, but they are shields more than engines. Put it together. Pay on time to protect the foundation, keep utilization low and well-timed to climb, and let age quietly compound in the background. If you do just one thing, learn your statement closing date, and keep your balances low when it lands, that single habit touches your biggest lever. And remember the core truth. Your score is a snapshot of risk, not a measure of your worth. It reflects patterns, and patterns can always be changed. The honest recap. Everything here was financial education, not advice. The FICO weights are public, but no fix here is a promise of any specific point gain. Results vary for everyone, because every credit file is different. Nothing here will add a guaranteed number of points, and anyone promising that is selling you something. If your score is low today, be gentle with yourself. This is a system you can learn and steadily work, not a verdict on the kind of person you are. This was a money ranked breakdown, where we rank what actually moves the number, honestly, instead of hyping quick fixes that do not exist. If you want calm, honest money breakdowns instead of panic and hype, subscribe and fly with us. It genuinely helps this channel climb higher. One question before we land. Did you already know your statement closing date? Or is this the first time anyone has mentioned it? Tell us below. Fly by the numbers, not the fear. The biggest lever was never just paying on time. This was Profit Pilot, money ranked, cleared for takeoff.